Found myself smiling more. The moment you leave, I feel down again. I talk to myself on the floor just to feel less alone. I swear that I'm trying my best. You tell me the stress shouldn't be a friend.
I woke up to so many sweet messages from everybody last night. I had so much anxiety last night. I didn't sleep very much because I kept being worried about the video, and I was like, oh my god, I hope this doesn't go the wrong way. I didn't end up going to bed till like 1:30. I kept rewatching the video over and over again, and they're like, oh my god, should I take it down? Somebody ended up sharing their story with me, and I was like, all I wanted was to help one person. So I'm gonna keep it up. Welcome back to a new vlog. It's the 18th. I have therapy at 11:45. I still need to work out because today's Monday and I'm doing my September short challenge on TikTok. I have to go to the gym and I hate filming at my gym. It's so annoying. There's always so many people and it's so crowded, and I'm definitely gonna have to get up in there with a tripod and do it. So that's gonna be very awkward, but I need to fold clothes, get ready, go to the gym, go to therapy, and then come back and leave to go to the coffee shop to do some work because I've decided I'm just not gonna sit in the house. I think sitting in the house is like really bad for my mental health, especially because I'm pretty much home all day by myself. So my skin is so bad lately. I don't know if it's because of Canada or whatever, but yeah, I'll talk to you guys about Canada a little later today. I went on that brand trip for the first time. That was such a fucking scary experience, good god. I still need to journal too. I haven't done my journal entry. I think I've been avoiding that. I always reread my past ones when I start writing and it just makes me so sad. Mental health, let's go do it.
So hold my hand tight for a minute. I let you know when to let go. You give a little love with a little sun. Everywhere you go, everywhere you're running. You never say a word, even when it hurts. Everywhere you go, everywhere you're smiling. You make it look easy. I don't understand how you can love me the way that I am.
I'm getting so many messages from people. Oh my god, let me close this door before I get copyrighted. Hold on. Like positive things and everyone being like, I feel like you're the only influencer that's like a friend. I've literally been crying all morning long. I'm just like, I'm not gonna cry in this vlog like that. But definitely like dating somebody that's not into influencing and that's not even into social media and is like massively private. As someone that does this for a living and shares a lot of their life online was always so weird because it was just like, how am I supposed to balance this? Like, you don't like anything being brought out on the internet, and I'm in general a pretty vulnerable person. I remember being told like, oh, you like legit post everything online, and I'm like, I really don't post everything online. I do post a lot of my life. I feel comfortable sharing just because there was a point where I wasn't as comfortable with my mom. I definitely got comfortable with my mom in my 20s talking about things, but there was a point where I didn't really have like parental guidance, I guess, per se. A lot of my friends like led very different lives from me, so I never felt like I really had anyone to connect with or talk to, and I just didn't like talking. Obviously, at the end of the day, like, I'm in my house alone and this is the camera. Like, this is not a real person. To me, it's so healing to share my story with you guys through this format, to feel like I'm not alone in a lot of circumstances, and to finally feel like I can connect with people that understand me, because I feel like I've built a community that gets me, and a lot of you guys are similar to me, or you think the way I think. I remember there being a part of time, you know, when I tried this previous second relationship, I was a bit apprehensive about talking about anything. But clearly I posted him and everything, and that was, oh my god. I don't know if I want to talk about certain things. I think that was definitely an overcompensation and trying to heal. Getting caught up in the moment of being with someone that's like so good to you. I definitely was like, oh, I can't vlog around this individual because my last relationship, it was like a big deal. Like he didn't really want to be on camera, didn't really want me to like share certain things. I'm learning to work on what should be shared and what shouldn't. Like when I had filmed the video before previously, obviously you guys can read between the lines and tell there was like a dispute between me and that individual. There was a bit of some bad blood. I remember filming that video so many times. When I tell you guys I was so angry and I was like dragging him and everything. I came to understand like when I share things with people, it has to be because I want to share things to help or to not like to share to get validation for my emotions. I would sometimes use social media to like release because you have a whole like viewer base that fucks with you and they're like, yeah, obviously most of the time you guys are gonna rock with what I say because you like me, just the same way like friends are biased and like you. Subconsciously, obviously this was not like a thing in the back of my mind, like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this person so I can get backup. But I realized that that was kind of what I would do with things. I think now I'm starting to try to find a balance where I can recognize, okay, am I actually talking about this because I want to help and because I want to provide insight? Or am I talking about this because I want a bunch of people on the internet to validate my feelings? I will definitely say I struggle with impulse control in terms of like getting my emotions in check. Especially in relationships, I can like lose it. Not like mean or anything, like yelling and stuff, but I'll take things very personally. And I think the best thing I took from my last relationship, and sometimes something I hated that he used to tell me all the time, I was like, can you stop saying that? But I really learned to not take things personally. And I think experiencing what I did afterwards and seeing how my emotions and actions affected somebody else, even though they had nothing to do with that and they were so amazing to me, because I had so much jumbleness going on in my insides, I was bad to them. Where was I going with this? You guys sending me these messages and being like, I feel like you're the only influencer that I've seen that feels like a friend and everything feels so connected. And I feel like you guys really did love my vlogs. I've always talked about like I've always second guessed during these vlogs because it's like, they take a lot of time, you guys. And I don't know, I would get so in my head and be like, oh, I feel like no one really fucks with them and I'm wasting my time. I think because I've always been so open and personable that you guys are really able to connect with me, and that's what I really wanted. That means more to me than, you know, some man probably not wanting to be with me because I talk about my feelings on the internet a lot. Like, then maybe you're not the man for me and that'll be okay. I've just been like kind of keeping my house tidy and not really clean. Like the counters are really disgusting. But passion! I think I'm gonna do my therapy before I go to the gym, honestly, because I'll probably be like super sad after therapy, so I'll get some motivation to do some shit. Okay, I have to film my intro for my September shred. I haven't eaten yet and I kind of wanted to work out fasted, but I don't think that's gonna happen because I'm like low-key starving. I'm really nervous for therapy because I have not talked to my therapist in a few weeks because I was just traveling so much. A lot has occurred, so I'm gonna be like, what the fuck, Kamrin? Typically, my therapy sessions are literally just me like venting and her being like, girl, this is not okay. Like, why do you still feel this way? Working out. I just finished making I don't know if most of you follow me on like Instagram and TikTok and stuff, but I'm doing the September shred challenge, which is like a workout challenge. Oh my god, fat ass pimple. I just finished making the accountability group for it on Instagram, which is just so cute. I love talking to everyone, and like, this is gonna help me because I am majorly not consistent. Y'all know this. I'm not consistent in anything. But Lude and I are going to dinner really fast at this place called Hideaway. I ended up getting this like influencer program thing where it's so insane when you think about it. They give you like $2,000 a week to spend on like all types of stuff. So it's mostly in Miami, but they have some things in LA. So restaurants, experiences, cosmetic surgery places too. So they give you a certain amount of money that you can use at each place. So every time we want to go to dinner, we just use that, and it saves me a lot of money. In Miami, it's crazy because you can do so much shit in Miami, like the gym, like they're gonna start putting on flights and hotels onto this thing too. Kind of nuts to think about it, and massive privilege and blessing to have, because to be able to be like, oh, I'm just gonna go eat for free is wild. And when they put hotels and flights and everything on there, it's gonna be nuts. I have to hurry up because she's hungry and I had to take forever to make the accountability group. And then when I get back, I have to like kind of somewhat dress cute, and I'm not doing my makeup, but technically, yes, it's for free, but like you still have to do something for it. So I have to do like a kind of like little story thing. I just don't know what I'm gonna wear, fuck me. For someone with social anxiety, I really do love talking to people, but just on the internet. Person, it could overwhelm the fuck out of me. I'm going to Pilates at 6 a.m. with my friend tomorrow. I'm getting ready, I promise. Don't kill me. Literally, 5 minutes.
The outfit is insane.
What outfit? Wow, that's what we're going in? Okay.
You said I can go in sweatpants.
That's true. With the Invisalign in. Okay, let me hurry up and finish getting ready.
She's taking her clothes off, people.
Tell me I ain't wrong. Got 4-5 minutes to you. Don't go to bed tonight, 'cause I know you've been upset all day, love. And I'm already on my way, love. Oh. I've been paranoid. You're like a Polaroid. Picture perfect, but there's darkness you just can't avoid, yeah. And if you need to scream, well, you can talk to me. It's pretty simple, doesn't have to be a movie scene. And when it's raining out, I lay my jacket down, and you can hold my crown, 'cause chivalry is dying with me.
Hi guys, it's Tuesday. Oh my god, it's Tuesday already. Went to Pilates this morning. Pilates is at 6, but you're looking to have to be up at like 5:30. I didn't end up going to sleep last night till about 10:30. So tired. Obviously yesterday I didn't go to the coffee shop. My worst problem in life is that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and it just doesn't happen. I'm like the worst at like being intentional. I ended up having like a 2.5-hour phone call after therapy, so that messed up my entire like day. And then coffee shops are usually closed here by like 4 or 5. So I think I told you guys I was gonna talk to y'all about the trip to Canada. It was my first brand trip I'd ever gone on. 37 is like one of my favorite brands. I've always followed them for like the longest, for years. Loved like the whole journey between the two co-founders, which is Adrian and Hyla. I met Hyla when I went to the LA gifting suite, and she was like the sweetest person ever, and we just connected so well. They invited me on a brand trip, which typically does not happen for influencers of my size. So that was like so awesome to go on, and I was really I felt like so blessed and so thankful. I just had the hardest time there, you guys, like dealing with everything that I had talked about like in the last vlog, and obviously you know, with my breakup. Any chance would you be able to get me from the airport? Sorry, my friend just texted me, she's coming into town. You're on a brand trip and it's like all this shit is going on, and on top of it I have like the fucking worst social anxiety. I think a lot of times people realize and they think I'm very extroverted because my social anxiety does not kick in when I'm one-on-one. When it overruns to like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it blows my mind. Like, and I basically shut down. But the entire time that I was in Canada, I had like literally the worst social anxiety of my entire life. I ended up having an anxiety attack while we were hiking on the 3rd day because I just got so overwhelmed. I say this lightly because I don't think any of those girls on that trip were mean at all. They were like very sweet people. At least 96% of the people on that trip were naturally very extroverted. And extroverted people, in contrast to introverted people, they tend to just kind of like come together and they don't really notice what else is going on. Obviously, in middle school and high school, I dealt with like bullying and I was left out of things a lot of times, and I think that still stems and runs over into my like everyday adulthood. So sometimes I get massively triggered if I feel like I'm not being included in things, or I feel like I'm kind of not being able to mesh well. Some of the girls already knew each other from like being on The Bachelor and just from like living in New York and stuff. And then the rest of them obviously were able to connect. I don't really like calling myself an influencer. I don't really feel like an influencer, especially after going on that trip. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely like, don't see myself as an influencer. I think I kind of just take social media as like a form to connect with people because I do like connecting with people. Not like my job. Like I don't do this and be like, this is my sole source of income. Like I take this very fucking seriously. Like I take pictures because I like taking pictures. I like fashion. I film videos because I like connecting with people. Nothing I do is like methodical or strategic or anything. Like I don't sit and research algorithms and figure out what the next move is or what the next trend is. Like none of that is on the forefront of my brain. Like influencing takes up about like 30% of my brain power in my entire life. Like I kind of don't care. I think for me it was kind of hard connecting with people that's their life. Like they really take that shit very seriously, which those girls kill it at their job. Like that's their job. Brains are programmed perfectly for it. They don't give a fuck about anybody that's around when they're taking photos. Like they're so tunnel visioned and focused, and it's like an amazing thing to see, but that's so not me. I want to take my pictures, I want to do a little cutesy, and then I want to move on. I want to sit around and spend my entire day creating content. I feel like I lost that kind of like passion and drive when I was like 20. Like I just stopped caring about it as much. Obviously nobody wants to be left out in a group. I think it was just kind of the energy was pretty clear, like she's kind of not like us. I feel like this sounds negative. It's not. I commend them. I think they're fucking incredible. Like I want that to be clear. I'm not trying to say, because I know it can sound like when people talk about influencers, they're like, oh my god, everything is like taking pictures of them. Blah, blah, blah. I think that's fucking awesome. Like I don't think that's anything wrong at all. That's just not how I'm built. I wish I could be like that. I can't get there, and I think that's probably why my growth has not been like exponential or anything, because it's just not important to me. There was definitely like a disconnect in terms of like interest and stuff. I felt like I ended up bonding so much more with the brand owners just because I felt like they were kind of similar to me. Like we like aesthetics, we like taking pictures, but our range of interests kind of expand beyond that into much more different things. So I definitely was able to have a way more diverse conversation with the girls that worked for the brands than I felt like I was able to connect with the girls on the trip. It definitely was really triggering for me being on that trip, just in terms of everything, and then just like kind of like PTSD from school and kind of being left out. Like I think on the third day it really hit me. And when you have social anxiety, you're kind of always in your brain thinking like, people hate me, I'm being so fucking weird right now, no one's talking to me, I look so stupid. When that's not the case. Like people are in their own world and nobody cares. And there's very few people that get out of their world and look around and realize like, because I experienced social anxiety and I've known what it's like to be left out, I'm always trying to find someone when I'm in a comfortable setting, like when I'm with people that I know and I see like, oh, there's somebody that's like not left out, or they look a bit shy, or they feel like they're not being included. I actively make sure to try to include them when I'm in my comfort zone, because I never want anyone to feel left out. But I feel like that's kind of not a common thing if you haven't experienced that or you don't know that walk of life. Everyone would kind of be grouped up and I would just be in the back. I also don't like to impose myself on people. Like to me, I always see it as like, if you want to talk to me and you want to get to know me, you'll make the effort. Like you'll try to kind of include me or something. There were definitely times where I tried to include myself in the conversation and I would kind of get like a little bit of a response, and then it would just, the wall would come back up and I'm like, fuck. And there's just only so much where I feel comfortable pushing, because then at some point it kind of feels like I'm imposing in an area I'm not really kind of wanted, which sounds rough, but it's just like, I don't know, I think everybody was just kind of comfortable with each other and I was probably being weird as fuck sitting in a corner just not saying shit. So I really don't blame them, because I'm the kind of person, like, I don't even pretend to be on my phone or anything because I'm not gonna pretend. So I just like look around and stare off into space, or I read my book or something. Like, I'm just like, because I'm not gonna sit on my phone. There's nothing for me to fucking do on my phone. I'm sure I looked like hella fucking weird, which is exactly what I was like in school and stuff. But I think the third day was really hard for me because that was the day that I was like, okay, you're gonna stop being weirdo and you're gonna fucking make an effort and you're gonna actually do something and like force yourself into a conversation. Like, who gives a fuck if they don't like respond to you or answer to you? Like, you're gonna really go in. It just was not working. There was one point we went on the hike and everyone just grouped off and started taking pictures like crazy. I'm so self-conscious of taking photos in public, especially because we're in Canada and there's no black people. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, there is no fucking black people. I was mad self-conscious about that the whole entire time. And I feel like because of my upbringing and stuff, my dad was always like, as a black person, you gotta be acting on your P's and Q's. Don't be looking stupid. You can't be doing things like that everybody else gets to do. And that's just me and my brain and my upbringing and stuff. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, there's like hella white people around judging the fuck out of us. And the last thing I want to do is be acting in some type of wild ass way. We're kind of in a scenic area and like everybody's lined up taking photos and like nobody can take photos because everyone's sitting there taking 10,000 photos. I don't want to be included in this because I feel like it's kind of insensitive to other people. Like, obviously we're only there for like 10 minutes and we ended up moving, but I'm still just like, ugh, I feel like I'm inconveniencing people, so I don't want to do that and I hate doing that. When I sat on the bus, everybody had by that time it was the third day, so everyone had clicked together and they had made their friends and they got more comfortable. I was on day 3 and like no one would talk to me except the brand owners. I'm like sitting on this bus by myself. I'm watching girls like come into the bus, look, there's only like 2 seats left to me, sit there waiting to try to see if they can find another seat next to their friend and then squeeze in to sit next to their friend as opposed to sitting next to me. And I'm like, oh my God, I've given myself the fucking weirdo look. Like, nobody wants to sit next to me. One of the brand owners had already gotten into the bus at one point and she was sitting, like, there's 2 seats here and then there's like 1 seat like on the other side of the aisleway. And once the bus started getting full, she noticed, looked over and saw no one was sitting next to me and sat down next to me so I wouldn't sit by myself, which is what I would do if I was in a comfortable setting with someone that I could tell was like kind of being left out. Fuck, this is really like middle school all over again. Like, no one wants to sit next to my ass because I'm being fucking weird and I won't say anything the whole damn trip. So then we were on the hike and literally everybody's together and it's just me in the back by myself. So I pretty much felt like I spent the entire 3 days like in the back by myself, nobody talking to me, or just like the brand workers and stuff. Kind of just reminded me of like being in middle school and high school where I would have no friends but I would be mad cool with the teachers. On the last day we ended up having like a pit and peak kind of exercise that we did at dinner, and at that point I was like, I feel like I don't want to leave this trip with everyone like thinking I was weird as shit. So I was like, hey, this was my pit, like I had horrible social anxiety, literally had an anxiety attack on the mountain. Like, they had to like pull me aside from the group for me to sit there and cry and like catch my breath because I was damn near about to pass out from like almost hyperventilating. All the girls were like, oh my God, no, like we literally did not even notice. And that's when I was like, damn, no one even gave a, like they were not even thinking about it. It's just me and my brain sitting there like stressed the fuck out. Like, oh, like no one even noticed, like you hit it so well, like you're totally fine, which I thought was just so crazy because dead ass when we were on the hike I was like bawling crying. Like, obviously I'm like sitting there silently but I'm crying heavily and I'm like, people are taking videos and there's me in the background like going the fuck through it, but no one noticed because it's like everybody's in their own world. So I feel like after that I felt a bit more comfortable and I was actually able to have some conversations with people, but that was literally that was like a couple hours before we had to leave. So I'm so glad that I got to go and I'm glad that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, and I honestly felt like I meshed and mended like so well with the brand owners, and I learned so much talking especially to Hyla. She's so intelligent and like so thoughtful and so sweet. I like people like that. I like people that have very complex personalities and they're multi-layered and there's so much to them. Like, I don't know, I thought her and Adrian were like such incredibly sweet people. Like, Adrian is really smart. Like, I had a great conversation with Adrian about like civilizations and stuff. 10 out of 10. Like, I loved all of the girls from the team. Like, had a wonderful experience. I definitely wish I could have brought maybe a +1. Like, bringing Ludi to that shit, I would have been just fine because Ludi's so extroverted and she can just like get me out there. I don't know if I would do another brand trip again, just because I'm realizing that I I would only go if I had a +1. I think that I have a hard time connecting with a majority of influencers, but I'm really thankful that I got to go, and Canada was beautiful and I learned a lot about myself, so that's nice.
I see the way we're going, caught in another lonely night. Now I'm mad for no good reason. You should be right here by my side. Now we're only oceans away. You hit the bed while I wake up. Now I count the seconds away. Days away. Here we go again. I'm somebody that I don't understand, and I just wanna know how you get up and fight it.
Fuck. Why is it shine? It's 9:15. I'm going to Pilates at 11 in the Valley, which I need to book this right now, actually. I love how yesterday I was supposed to be journaling, and then I ended up scrolling on my phone on TikTok, which was not very healing of me. I'm gonna journal now. I feel like I read about the same thing over and over again, and I feel like it's so repetitive. When you guys journal, do you ever feel like, oh my god, I'm fucking writing about the same shit, like, get over it? Last night, I think I ended up scrolling on my phone so much because I was so in my head. I had so much anxiety last night. I feel like I couldn't even go to sleep. My body hurts from Pilates yesterday. That was so fucking painful. It's supposed to be my break day, but I haven't seen Cherie in like 2.5 months, maybe. Like, a month. I haven't seen Cherie since my birthday. So I'm really making sure to like nurture all my friendships and like really stay on top of them and not just disappear into the background. So I'm gonna go to Pilates with her, and then we're gonna go on a hike, which is gonna be good because I definitely need to like get out and de-stress. Al comes in this weekend, tonight. She comes in tonight at midnight, so I have to go pick her up at midnight. We were Instagram buddies for a while, and then I met her in Miami, and she came to LA actually a few weeks ago, but she's coming back. Like the sweetest little person ever. Feels good to be with somebody that has like such good energy, and they're so positive, and it's like, I need to be like that. Because Ludi doesn't come home typically till like 6 o'clock at night. And Sap's in Israel right now. So it's just me in the house, which is like making me go insane. I don't know how I did live alone at one point. I don't know if you guys remember that period where I lived alone. I don't know if anyone used to watch my vlogs that long ago. There was a time where I lived by myself. And I was like chilling. I don't know what the fuck happened to me. I hate being alone. But yeah, I'm going to get up and wash my hair. I just don't feel like styling it, so I think I'm just gonna do a slick back bun. I was deleting old footage off of my computer because I have so much old footage of like old memories and stuff that I definitely kept because I'm such a fucking hugger and holder of the past, and it's so hard for me to like delete things and move on and let it go. But the more I immerse myself in the past, the harder it is for me to move on in the future. So I was like, I gotta get rid of this footage. I obviously did not get rid of it, but I tried, and that's the point. But I was looking through my footage and I was like, when my hair was blonde and I used to come to LA all the time I have toothpaste on my shirt. When I used to come to LA all the time, like every 2 weeks to visit, my hair looked gorgeous. But I think it's because I wasn't in LA. Like the LA water has destroyed my fucking hair. Hair is nowhere near as thick and as full as it was. It's nowhere near as defined. And guys, I want to go back blonde so fucking bad. Y'all have no idea, but I feel like every time I go through like a period in my life where I'm just like, I hate everything, I just want to dye my hair blonde. Especially because I still have some bleached ends. And I made myself a promise that I would only go back blonde once my hair was completely virgin. That's definitely going to take at least 2 more haircuts. I'm thinking maybe I could go back blonde in April. Possibly. Pay some bills, do some things. Scared looking at my bank account. I'm actually gonna look at right now because that's probably really scary. Oh wow. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought. I was really scared for a second. Adulting, guys. This shit is so ghetto. Like, who invented this? Why can we not just fucking chill at home all day?
So arms to hold me like you do. You're so wonderful. A star could never shine as bright as you. Shine as bright as you. Even the dark days still see light. Even the birds still sing at night. Every word.
Let me pause this music. I have the Savage X Fenty Fit on. This shit is so cute. They sent it to me before I left to Europe. But look how cute it is. This is like very fashionable and a little bit outside of my normal. Like the whole sheer on the side is kind of crazy. The only thing is just that this fucking line keeps giving me a camel toe. And it looked like my cootie cat trying to talk to everybody. And it's like, ugh, go away. It's very secure for like how low and everything. Like I feel like I'm gonna have no problems in Pilates. I put some makeup on too because my hair is slicked back and I always feel like a naked mole rat if I don't put on makeup when my hair is slicked back. You never know what you're gonna run into. So I always try to like, if I'm gonna be out, I try to have like somewhat of a composed look on. But I have to go because I have 8 minutes till I'm gonna be in the car.
I said I needed you, but baby, that was never true. And it's not personal, it's everything you put me through. I was so tangled, but I'm finding my way out of.
1:30, so I'm gonna go pick up Val really quickly and hopefully go to sleep. I am not having a good night, honestly, you guys. That's why I haven't filmed much, but I'm trying not to overshare on the internet too much because I'm very prone to oversharing when I'm going through things. I was rewatching old videos and I was like, oh my god, why did I talk about that? Anyways, maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. Good morning! It's not morning anymore. You don't have this woman in your life. She always makes you do things for her. Please making me go shopping with her. Going out today looking crusty. Fits eat, but faces are barely keeping up. Oh shit, turn this bitch down before I get copyrighted. We're going to Home Goods. Do we have to start that all over then? No, it doesn't matter. The chopping will be fine. But anyways, going to Home Goods, then what else are we doing? That's it? Just Home Goods? Oh, we need toilet paper because I need something to wipe my ass with. I haven't vlogged in forever because Val's been here and I feel like I've just literally been like absorbed with her being here, but she's out right now. She's relocated.
Oh my God, video saw me use my spit to get a stain out.
Ew. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to the beach, which I'm excited because today's hot as fuck, so I'm hoping that tomorrow will be just as hot as today.
Who are you going to the beach with, Val?
Chamoy. Yeah, the photographer guy. So we'll see how it goes.
Let's go racing by in silence. I'm just a passenger